Okay, so the other day I was thinking about like, wow, what if I started being a freelance writer in 2021? How different was it when I first started almost many years ago in 2014, right? Because so many new people want to start freelance writing in this year. Maybe I can think about all the different things that could help you become a freelance writer in 2021. So I want to help you if I just started right now. All right, so let's get to it. The first thing, if I was starting out as a freelance writer right now, is to think through my business name. You know, when I created Innovative Inc., which is my freelance writing business name, I didn't know the implications of choosing that name as my umbrella for writing. The biggest thing for me with that name was that it was used in other forms of businesses. So when you start thinking of a name, go through all the different types of implications that could happen. I mean, of course, you don't want to name your business a popular brand name. You don't want to pick your name and then get married knowing that you're going to get married in a few years. Things like that. I always suggest for new writers to use your name with an identifier. What type of service are you providing? And use your name, use your first name if possible, or a variation of that name. Now you can niche out your name as far as your writing niche. I know one person uses, I think, digital marketing and their name. So you can do something like that, Pet Writer Kate, as your business name, and use that as your website URL. So it'd be petwriterkate.com. That's my recommendations. Using something like Innovative Inc., again, wasn't the best idea for my business. Like I honestly wish I could change that. That's why I created Elna Cain, actually, my blog, because I do want to brand my name. But I still land clients through that site. I still market it on my author bio for my client pieces. So it is my service-based website. Now, the second thing, if I was to start freelance writing right now, is to really focus on a skill set. When I first started freelance writing, I didn't know anything. So I just said I was a freelance writer for hire, and then I would list a whole bunch of different things. I enjoyed writing about health and parenting and blogging. I could do ebook covers for you. I could do social media posts. Like, I was a jack of all trades, and I did not have a skill set. It took me several years to develop that skill set, which is long form SEO optimized content for businesses in software as a service and digital marketing brands. Focus on something right away. That's probably the best route, to pick something and go full force. If it's white paper writing, go for it. Case study writing. If it's copywriting, is it Facebook ads? Is it sales page writing? Is it email writing? Is it blog post writing? Is it SEO writing? I mean, pick something with your niche topic and focus on that, because that will make you money a lot faster than me. I could have landed clients easily if I knew the direction I was going with my writing. And that leads me to my third point. If I was to start freelance writing right now, I would definitely focus on my clients and figure out what type of client I want. I didn't know that in the beginning. Now I know. Now I know that if I want to eventually write for brands, I need to work my way up. So what are the clients that are going to get me there? What type of clients? Do I need to start with coaches first, or other authors, and then move my way up to printing design firms, and then move my way up to well-known brands, and then to the bigger publishing companies? Like, these are things that I didn't know when I first started. And so if I was to start freelance writing in 2021 right now, this is definitely something that I would focus on, my skill set and the clientele for that skill set. My fourth tip to offer you if you're starting freelance writing right now is to not be too specific when you niche down. I know there are so many other writers out there, and even myself have told you just in this video to focus on one skill set, one core niche, but don't niche down too much. For example, pet care versus animal rescue, not-for-profit organizations, right? So yes, you have the client. Yes, you have the service, which is animal rescue. So talking about that topic with companies that are not-for-profit, that's great. but it might be too narrow. Instead, why don't you do pet care? And then you can see, is that a better fit for the not-for-profit organizations? Or do I need to open up my clients? One of those, open up, or both, open up that niche. All right. So even though people say, the riches are in the niches, and don't niche too down, all right? Because there's going to be a smaller pool of clients available to you. Go a bit broad, right? Number 5 is to be open to all sorts of projects. Now, this is something that I struggle with. For many years, I turned down a lot of great types of content, like course lesson writing. Like in my local town, they wanted me to go out and do some reviews for some businesses and stuff, and I turned that down. I was given a lot of opportunity to do these types of projects, and I turned them down. A lot of it is because I'm an introvert. I am shy. I don't like stepping out into the unknown. I like being comfortable with what I'm doing, and that has potentially hurt me for a lot of types of businesses in my town, with other bigger clients that I could have done a whole new type of content. That's why for this year, my personal business goal, my word for the year is new. I need to step out and try new things. And so that's why I am this year offering a new service. If you're new to freelance writing, be open to those projects. Don't turn them down if it seems like a big project. Foster those connections with those businesses and try to incorporate those new projects and develop a new skill set. All right, the next thing is to stop comparing yourself to other writers. Oh, I know this is hard. I compare myself to other bloggers, to other content creators, to other YouTubers, and to other freelance writers. This was a big thing when I first started freelance writing. I would get a client, look at all the writers they had on their blog and recognize some of them and as like legit, real professional writers that are like super popular. And I would start comparing them to me. Why did this client hire me? I'm a brand new writer, and look, they have like established writers on their content. Why? What was it? Why did they? Now I have to compare my writing. I have to compete with that level of writing. I don't even know I can do it. All of these were doubts that were coming in, and I was comparing myself to these other writers. So I want you to, if that's happening to you, don't do that. Like, if you want to succeed as a freelance writer in 2021, this is something that I definitely would not recommend and something that I would not do anymore. You are your own self. You control what you put out. You have to have value. You need to be confident in your own writing ability. That might take some time, but just keep your blinders down and just focus on your writing. All right, the next thing is to learn SEO. SEO writing is huge right now. Many businesses want to get on the first page of Google, and they do that with SEO writing, and they hire writers that can do SEO writing. SEO stands for search engine optimization, and that's a tactic by optimizing your content for the search results pages. I do have a video, you can check that out right up here. All right, the next thing is to create a pitching process and strategy. When I first started freelance writing, I had no process whatsoever. I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just pitching here and there. I think I pitched a total of 50 times and then that was it. And so if you're starting freelance writing in 2021, my suggestion is to develop that pitching process and strategy. There is a method to that madness. My suggestion that I give to all my course students in Write Your Way to First 1K is to have a metric. Pitch 10 times a day for 10 days. Pitch 5 times a day for 30 days. Whatever your metric is, find that and follow it every single day, right? You do need to pitch every single day. If you need more help, you can download my cold pitching swipe file to help you with your pitching strategy. The link will be in the description below. Number 9, we're at number 9 right now, is to start saving for tools and courses. Now, I cannot stress this enough, but you cannot do this alone. It is so hard. I failed so many times. I didn't use any tools, any kind of apps. I was doing it all alone, and my husband was helping me. He was editing my pieces and he would spend hours and all that. It wasn't until years later that I realized, well, I should invest in Grammarly. It took me many years to invest in Grammarly. If I was starting freelance writing right now, I would invest in Grammarly for sure. I would pay for Canva. I recently started paying for Canva. It took me many years to do that. It is an essential part of my business as a freelance writer and as a blogger and YouTuber. I create all my graphics with Canva. As far as courses, I recently took a Facebook ads course to develop my skill set. So things like that, I would start saving for those tools and courses for down the road to help you up level your skill set. All right, these are the courses that will get you further ahead. The next thing, if I was starting freelance writing in 2021, I would start using Writer's Work. Writer's Work is a budget-friendly job board that curates jobs from all over online, but it's in one place, and they have exclusive writer work jobs for you. So go ahead and check out that platform. The link to that job board is in the description below. The next thing I would focus on as a new freelance writer is to focus on my writer website. Now, there's a fine balance to that. A lot of my course students might spend too much time on their writer website and not do anything else. My suggestion is to start doing right now. Write your writing samples, start figuring out your niche, start pitching, and in that process, have some time to develop your writer website. Your writer website is your main tool to land consistent and reoccurring client work. All right, so it's an important tool in your, tool belt of writing. The next thing is to avoid using a pitching template. Now, I just told you about my cold swipe pitch templates that you can use. What I mean about this is I don't want you to create one template and then send that template over and over again without customizing it. Make each pitch that you send, whether it's a cold pitch or a job board pitch or a guest post pitch, unique to that business. All right, I always try to find a connection with that business. For example, if I was to find a business and I realized, oh, they're based in Vancouver, I can talk about my time. I lived in Vancouver for many years and talk about like Granville Island and the scenery there. And when I went to the Olympics there, those things I can embed in my pitch to make it customized for that business. All right. And personal. Use a template to get just sort of the bare bones, and then with each line, optimize it for that client, and do that each time you send out a pitch. And then the last thing, I was to start freelance writing in 2021, is to rip off that bandaid. Don't wait to send out that cold pitch or answer that email. There will never be a better time to freelance write. So just start doing it right now. All right, everyone. Tell me in the comments below which one of these you're going to start doing. And don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos from a freelance writer of a mom to twins. I'll see you in the next video.